Good to see you back, friends. In today's video, I'm going to be pointing out 3 similarities between student loans and record deals. That's right, I'm making the case that student loans are just really bad record deals for consumers. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, the Kevin Jack Show. The Kevin Jack Show.
So check it out. If this is your first time on the channel and you like what you're hearing, go ahead and subscribe. If you like the video, if you like the content, make sure you share this so that the message reaches more and more people. So with that said, I've been called crazy for making this argument, but to me, student loans are just really bad record deals. I mean, you're probably saying to yourself, how in the heck are you saying that a student loan is like a record deal? Before we jump into that, let's go to this video that is really crazy to me. It sounds like something that I've heard before, but it's just about a totally different topic. Let's check it out.
I don't understand how people overcome poverty in America. I really don't. I've been working since I was 16 years old. Helped pay my parents' mortgage when I was still in high school. I'm 32 years old now. I don't even have a mortgage. I don't have kids. I don't have anything to show for all this time that I've paid into this system. I went to college. I have a bachelor's degree. My parents never graduated college. My parents didn't even graduate high school. I'm working on my second bachelor's degree, hoping that this one sticks. I was paying for nursing school, half loan, half out of pocket. And COVID hit. And now I'm looking at my last quarter of nursing school and I'm realizing I'm not going to be able to graduate. I'm literally out of money. And not because I failed classes or I did something wrong. I did everything right. It's just because I'm poor. I was born poor. I'm still poor. They want me to die poor. I don't know how you guys do it.
Wow. So, as you can tell, that young lady is pretty upset, pretty frustrated by the state of the way student loans work. Now, to me, it sounds very similar to what we've heard ages and ages and ages and ages. We've heard this for a long time, but we just heard it from a different perspective, and we really have never listened to it. But have you ever heard stories about those artists who you think that, man, you got a lot going for you, and they're complaining about bad record deals, and their whole point in their career just ends up being, hey, how do I get off my label? How do I get out of this bad deal? Now, believe it or not, this happens a lot. Out of all the record deals that are ever given, about 15 to 20% recoup. Recoup means basically it's a fancy smancy word for paying something back. But of every artist that you see, that you hear, that you listen to, only 15 to 20% are actually recouping. That means that they're able to benefit. So they're able to benefit off of their work. And so if you're unfamiliar with how record deals work, I'm going to give you a real quick rundown of how this even happens, right? So basically, say you're an artist and you sign. The record company is going to give you what's called an advance. Basically, an advance is just a loan. That loan is to cover your living expenses. It's to cover the project, the marketing. Everything is included in this advance. But wait, most people, when they hear a record deal, you hear $1 million. Oh, they got $1 million deal. No, that's $1 million loan that they have to pay back. Now, you basically borrow that money against future royalties that you may or may not make. In most cases, artists are never able to, even if they are successful, recoup. And the reason is because they're in such a big hole from day one. So the number one parallel between student loans and actual record deals are that most individuals never recoup. Now, after being out of school for about 12 years, if you look at the lowest tier of the population, right, those who really are struggling, only about 20% of those individuals who took out loans are able to pay those loans back and therefore start to be able to profit. That sounds very similar to those artists who were able to recoup. So basically you have 8 out of 10 of those artists who are going to sign, or those borrowers who sign that promissory note, 8 out of 10 are still going to be struggling. They're still going to be in debt. So, number 2, you get sold wolf tickets. In both scenarios, the record company says, "Hey, we're going to go, you're going to be going to all these parties. Yo, you're going to be going all around the town. It's going to be great. It's going to be excellent." And for the most part, it is. You're riding around in limos. You got the video shoots that are going down, and it's all on your dime. And that's just like in these colleges and universities, right? So when you say that you're going to go to whatever state college, whatever private institution, and you're paying all of this money for the lifestyle, for the frat parties, for the clubs, for the bar scene, that money is not coming out of the university's pocket. It's coming from you. And you have borrowed money to essentially finance this short-term lifestyle, right? Most artists and most students don't realize it until it's too late. So now when you graduate and, hey, you don't have a job that's going to allow you to recoup, now you're looking crazy. So you took out $150,000 and you can only find a job that's paying you $40,000. In the same vein, say you're an artist and you've spent all of this money, this high budget stuff. You're riding in the best cars or renting the best cars, and then the album doesn't sell. What do you do then? Basically, bad record deal, right? So check it out. Last, and this is the most important one. Student loans are like bad record deals because they operate as a control factor in your life. You lose control. You give up control because there's a famous proverb that says, "He who butters your bread controls your stomach." So check this out. It's very famous. He who butters your bread controls your stomach. That means you can't do anything. You can't move. You can't live how you want to live without having to pay that person back. And so your liability becomes their asset. And so you're on the hook. You have no control in terms of, hey, what do I want to do? Do I just not want to work? No, you got to work because guess what? You got to pay back that loan. So you tend to take away choices that you otherwise would have had by signing that promissory note. In the same way, artists take away their control by taking on that record deal and relinquishing control to the record company. So my biggest point to say this, to say with this video is be careful what you're signing out there. Okay. Student loans are not what they seem. At one point in time, yes, they may have had some great purpose, some great uses, right? The idea was great. Okay. Just like the idea of giving a person a lump sum of money to pursue their dreams, it seems great on the outside. But just think of all the major artists. Prince, for instance, he wrote "slave" on his forehead because he didn't have control. And we're talking about someone who's successful. There's so many stories about doctors, lawyers, and attorneys and people who are successful who are still paying back loans even though they have reached an extreme amount of success in their field. This is just something to think about, something crazy. I was thinking to myself, you may or may not agree. Again, if this is a video that you liked, make sure you share it so that we can push out the message. Hey, if you like it, subscribe, do what you do. If you really can't stand me, make sure that you are calling in and letting your voice be heard. Again, we had a hotline. It's 502-414-5225. That's 502-414-JACK. You can text. You can leave us comments. You can actually call into the show and tell us. Now, in the comments below, you let me know. Do you agree with my sentiments that student loans are just really bad record deals? Hey, I'm just a dude on the internet yapping my mouth. If you think you've heard it all, you don't know Jack, and I'll see y'all on the other side. Peace.
Yeah.